So who are you?
I'm Matt Hulett, CEO of Widgetbucks.
Yeah, and we're here at Widgetbox getting a tour. So who are you introducing me here?
This is Tova Martin, our UX goddess. She is the power behind what makes her products click, make it more useful and engaging for consumers.
Yeah.
She's in her office right now. And
very cool.
We have a kind of a cool view of Lake Union that's
that's
semi-obstructed, but it's pretty cool.
Very cool. So what is Widgetbox? And while we're walking around,
we're a performance-based ad technology. And we launched a little over a year ago with about 1.5 billion impressions per month on the network and 26,000 publishers. We're growing fast, and we're all about optimizing ads for consumers.
So where are we going next?
We're going to go downstairs. This is the Batcave conference room.
Yeah.
I'm a big Batman fan, and there's themes around everything we do here.
So you were just telling me you like having offices for everybody.
I do.
So I asked you, are you a former Microsoft employee? Because that was a belief that they used to have. I don't think that they have it anymore. But
well, we got the space for a good price, and these are the guys that run our publisher network down here.
Okay.
And
hey there.
Hey. Got kind of funky offices. We like to be a little more contemplative, and half the time people are working from home, and when they need to come in, we have big conference rooms where we meet. But otherwise, I like to have privacy and kind of old school thought around your own workspace. And I've worked for Expedia and Real Networks, so every ex-Microsoft kind of spun out company, so maybe that has influenced a little bit of the philosophy, in full disclosure. And so here's a couple of other guys down here.
Yeah. Hey, how are you doing?
Hey.
These are cool offices.
Aren't they cool? This is actually where the CIA did some waterboarding down here. We can't leave from the corner.
Yeah, this is cool. No, it's nice and quiet, and you can turn out the lights. And
that's right. And these guys, way smarter than I am.
Yeah.
And these offices, we're going to go upstairs to see our dev team.
Okay.
And we're doing, everything's instrumented in the company, so we're doing probably about 100 million unique users are seeing our ads on a monthly basis. We're doing about 2 terabytes of data every day, and we've instrumented the company so that we don't have to hire a lot of people. So we've got about 17 employees, and we have about 282 alerts on our system that monitor everything from performance of our ads to A/B testing to offer depth, because we do shopping ads. So if, for example, something's being sold less, we get an alert, and we change things dynamically. So it enables us to scale.
So why did you start this company? What brought you here? Because you were working with eBay or something?
Yeah, so I came aboard as a board member. It was kind of like that old school Norelco commercial.
Yep.
Where he said, he liked the company so much, he joined it, and I was a board member. I was just excited to see something happening around commerce and scale, and we started working with eBay as a seller tool business.
Yeah.
And eBay came to us and wanted us to build really cool consumer experiences, which were at the time widgets.
Yeah.
And they're working really well for eBay, and we thought, if we build our own, and traditional ads aren't really clicking, there's a lot of them, punch the monkey ads aren't terribly compelling, the display ads themselves aren't that interesting, and we thought we could build a better ad that's engaging for everybody.
Yeah.
So that was the impetus, and so we built really cool, emotive ads that people like and that make publishers money.
Yeah.
And so this is our Marley conference room. And there's a slight
what happens
thing
in there?
Yeah, we don't disclose that. Our competitors would love to see some of these charts, but everything again is instrumented in terms of what's happening. We just did a release that greatly decreased the load average, so you can see the performance benefits there. And we're delivering rich media ads, so being really performant is super important.
Yeah.
We do a lot of things inside the Swift, so it's all flash-based ads that.
So you're competing with like Google AdSense kind of ads, right?
Yeah, we're kind of like if I were talking
to
my
mom. So
mom.
if I was a blogger, I put your widget on my
right.
blog, and it puts ads in there, and then you pay me a rev share of what you do there.
That's right. Yeah, simplest ways, we're shopping AdSense, but we think we're kind of smarter and more attractive, an ad that you could take home with your mom.
Yeah. And you probably pay better than Google, right? Because
yeah.
Google AdSense, my friends say they get, 20 cents per CPM per 1,000 views to a couple bucks to I mean, if you really have a site that's optimized for Google, you might get, $10 a CPM, which isn't that much,
Yeah.
especially since, like my blog has, 200,000 visitors a month.
Yeah.
So $10 ain't a whole lot of money.
That's right. And so it ranges, right? So,
I don't have that kind of ads on my blog because of that reason.
For product bloggers,
Yeah.
which is a big category for us, we perform really well.
Yeah.
And then the other challenges, things like entertainment categories, like user-generated content, where most people are assuming they get around 10 cents and they're high-fiving each other. We perform a lot better than that. Because again, our ads are applications. They just happen to be ads.
Yeah.
So you can actually search inside there. Some guys coding here.
All right.
Actually, their hands are on the keyboard, but
Keep the hands where you can see them. Keep those hands where we can see them.
Again, this is some of the. All the developers are hiding.
Yeah.
This is our CTO, Greg Harrison. He's the company founder.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, I'm Robert Scoville.
Greg Harrison. Good to see
Hey,
you.
how you doing?
Good to see you.
Pretty cool stuff. And
Get a little tour.
yeah, we're doing a tour and understanding a little bit about the technology. So you're driving a lot of traffic and a lot of hits. It looked like on the chart downstairs.
Yeah. Growing impression volume monthly. It's been a lot of laying down the trestle in front of the tracks or in front of the train, but it's been a fun project. It's good to see the explosive growth.
We were talking before the camera turned on that you're not on cloud computing, and because you want to control your own data center and get much better performance that way.
Yeah, there's a component of cloud computing that we can use for big batch data warehousing projects and mass reporting. About 4 years ago, when we started building a lot of the infrastructure, the cloud computing environments were not necessarily up to 24/7 operations. I think cloud computing's come a long way since then, and we're considering that for options as we expand to additional colos. But right now, we're pretty happy in our colo spot right now. It's we can talk about our uptime and all that kind of stuff, but we have a lot of monitors. And Matt probably showed you, over 280 active, monitors every minute that cycle and look through everything, all layers of hardware, software, performance, uptime, all those kinds of things. So it's a primary goal of ours to make sure we're maintaining our partnerships in the best possible fashion. So.
Yeah, because your apps are on other people's blogs, and if you're down or if you're slow, they start taking off those widgets, right?
Exactly.
And so you never want to be the guy who's slow on their page.
That's right, Robert.
I've seen that happen. Like TechCrunch will write about, this thing took down our website for a day, and we just removed them.
That's right. We prefer not to be in iframes, which is most publishers' solutions for doing that. If they have an particular partner that's slow to render, usually they'll put them in iframes. But it's best for us to get contextual evaluation without being in an iframe. So to avoid being put in an iframe, which kind of like being put in the dungeon, you want to make sure you're performant and maintain good publisher relationships.
Now that's an interesting. I didn't realize that. So if you're in an iframe, you can't see some of the contextual.
It depends on the level of integration that you have with that particular publisher, but a lot of times you'll have to make sure that iframe tag and the associated JavaScript is something that can be able to have visibility to the page DOM of the hosting page itself. So,
interesting business you're in.
Yeah, it's fun. It's been fun.
What's the biggest challenge you have right now as a CTO of a startup? That's,
I think it used to be keeping up with the rate at which we were expanding our scale, right? But we're pretty much on top of that now. So I think it's transitioned from my comment on laying the track in front of the speeding freight train down the hill. We're on top of that now. The growth has been very explosive in the last year. And I think that's because we add a lot of value to the publishers, and there's a lot of displacement of alternative placement solutions out there, like you mentioned earlier, AdSense. I think the biggest challenge right now is to bring our focus to display ads like we've done with performance ads. So that's a lot of what the focus is on now. Is we've deployed YieldSense, which is provide great gains, 20 to 60% increase in eCPMs for our publishers on the performance ads. We want to bring that same performance increase to display ads.
Are you seeing like iPhone app developers using you guys, or Facebook app developers using you guys?
Yeah, I mean, one of the key challenges there is the lack of Flash player support on the iPhone.
That's true. Yeah.
And that really kind of puts
Damn Steve Jobs.
Yeah, it puts a little bit of a strangle on the creatives, right? Especially the dynamic creatives. A lot of our content is Flash based. Provide a lot of interactivity and depth to a kind of a traditional display ad model.
Yeah.
So having that limitation affects us in the iPhone platform a little bit, but those that support the Flash player, I think, have been pretty good even in mobile.
Very cool. Well, it's just about 10 minutes, so we're going to stop here and then get a demo
Okay.
and talk a little bit more about what you guys are doing. Thanks,
Robert. Have a good one.